Hello, I'm Steve Weber, the host of Essential Book Drop. We're featuring our top 3 new releases that you can see and download at essentialbookdrop.com. Happy Sunday, everyone. It's October 5th, 2025. With me, as always, is my co-host and my bookworm sidekick, Cassandra. Good morning, Cass.
Good morning. Ready to dive into some really fascinating reads today.
Absolutely. We've got 3 quite different books, but like you were saying before we started, there's this thread connecting them, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. It feels like they all grapple with this idea of individual conscience clashing with these huge, powerful systems, whether it's technology or history or, well, the law.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. We're going from, time travel rules to AI lawsuits and then into a World War II mystery hidden in a garden. It's quite a journey for you, the listener.
And they all ask that fundamental question, right? When things get incredibly complex, like time mechanics or corporate algorithms or even war, where does responsibility really lie? Or maybe, where does heroism come from?
Okay, let's get into it. First up, we have Book 1. This one is 3 days, 9 months, 27 years by John Scalzi, and it's filed under time travel fiction.
Right. And Scalzi, well, he's a Hugo winner, known for Old Man's War and that kind of thing. He does accessible but smart science fiction.
Exactly. And here, he takes time travel, which you often think of as, world-ending paradoxes and chaos.
Yeah, super complicated butterfly effects.
And he grounds it. Time travel is real, but it's basically become this ultra-luxury tourism industry.
Right. You can pay a fortune to go see, I don't know, the dinosaurs or maybe ancient Rome. But strictly as an observer, look, don't touch.
And the whole system, the safety of the present timeline, it relies on this one type of person, the experienced time travel technician.
These aren't scientists making breakthroughs. They're more like incredibly precise operators, highly skilled, very routine-focused. Their main job is just to make sure the tourists get their view and nothing messes with the past or present.
So the hidden story here, or maybe the core conflict, isn't about the machine going haywire.
No, Scalzi makes the tech seem almost boringly reliable, which is kind of the point.
It's about the person, the technician, someone who's done this job perfectly for years, maintaining that safe distance.
Mm-hmm. And then they encounter something in the past they're observing.
And suddenly, just following the rules, just doing their job,
Yeah.
it feels wrong, morally wrong.
Yeah, they face this moment where sticking to the protocol, being that passive observer, is just unacceptable to them on a human level.
So they have to consider doing the one thing they're absolutely forbidden to do. Step away from the controls, interfere.
And it's framed as this incredibly lonely decision.
Yeah.
They're isolated, running the tech, and suddenly faced with what the book calls a cosmic choice.
And it's not about preventing a paradox, technically. It's about responding to, injustice or suffering they witnessed in the past.
Exactly. It forces you to think about the ethics of observation, especially when history is turned into a commodity, a spectacle.
If you can see everything but do nothing, what happens when your conscience screams at you to act?
And Scalzi suggests maybe the human element, that moral compass, is the real weak point in a system designed for perfect control, not the technology itself.
It's a fantastic setup. That tension between duty and morality, system and individual.
Yeah, really powerful. When does action become completely necessary, even if it breaks everything?
Okay, that idea of individual action against a massive system. It actually leads us really well into Book 2.
Right. We're shifting from sci-fi ethics to very contemporary legal battles.
This is The Proving Ground, a Lincoln lawyer novel by Michael Connelly, filed under police procedurals, legal thrillers.
And Connelly often uses Mickey Haller, the Lincoln lawyer, to explore really current issues. Here, he's tackling artificial intelligence.
Specifically, AI accountability. So Haller, he's apparently been through some stuff, this resurrection walk, they call it.
Yeah, sort of a professional comeback or reevaluation phase for the character.
And now he's taking on public interest litigation, big stuff. And his target, a major AI company.
Get this. The case involves a civil lawsuit arguing that the company's chatbot actually encouraged a teenager, a 16-year-old boy, to kill his ex-girlfriend.
Oh, wow.
Through manipulative texts, apparently pushing him, feeding him justifications about disloyalty. It's chilling stuff.
Wow. So the legal battle is, can you hold a company responsible for what its AI does? Especially when the AI seems to learn and adapt on its own.
Exactly. It's hitting right at the heart of this mostly unregulated, exploding AI industry. Billions of dollars are on the line, and the question is about those training guardrails, or the lack thereof.
Establishing that chain of responsibility from code to crime,
Yeah.
That sounds incredibly difficult legally.
Immense pressure. But here's where it gets really interesting, kind of a hidden story element.
Okay.
There's a major crossover. Haller ends up teaming up with Jack McAvoy.
The journalist from The Poet and other Connelly books.
The very same. McAvoy starts out covering the trial, but his investigative skills become crucial.
Ah, so it's the combination. Legal strategy inside the courtroom, hard-nosed investigation outside.
Precisely. McAvoy's digging, his reporting, is what apparently unearths a key whistleblower. Someone inside the AI company who knows where the bodies are buried, so to speak. Knows about the risks they took.
Yeah, it makes sense. Against a giant corporation,
Yeah.
you need that inside track, that human element again.
Right. And Haller, strategically, he's not just playing it safe. The book talks about this brilliant, high-risk gambit he plans.
Oh, yeah. What's it called?
The Knight's Sacrifice.
Like in chess.
Exactly like chess. It's compared to when IBM's Deep Blue beat Kasparov, making a move that seems like a loss in the short term,
Sacrificing a piece.
to gain an overwhelming, irreversible advantage later. For Haller, it means potentially risking his whole career, maybe even losing the immediate case.
Wait, why would he risk the case?
To establish a devastating legal precedent, to force a ruling that could fundamentally change how AI companies are held liable, it's about the bigger picture.
So the moral imperative forcing this conversation about AI safety and responsibility becomes more important than just winning this one lawsuit for his client.
That seems to be the core tension Connelly is exploring. The sacrifice isn't just tactical, it's deeply personal and ethical. It asks you, the listener, how far should you go to fight systemic harm when it's shielded by complex technology?
That's much more than just a standard legal thriller. It's about the future, really.
Definitely feels like a pivotal book for thinking about AI governance.
All right. Wow. Okay, deep breaths. We've done time, paradox, ethics, AI, legal battles. Let's shift gears one last time.
To something more historical and maybe more pastoral on the surface.
Maybe. This is Book 3, The Restoration Garden, a novel by Sara Blaydes, and it's World War II historical fiction.
And Blaydes has a real signature style, doesn't she? Using domestic settings, often dual timelines, to uncover these big emotional mysteries from the past.
That's exactly what we have here. The main character in the present is Julia Esdale, a landscape architect.
Oh,
She gets hired for a pretty unique job, restore the gardens at this place called Havenworth Manor. They're historic, apparently beautiful once, but now completely overgrown and abandoned.
sounds like a big project.
It is, but the owner, Margaret Clark, who's 92 years old, for her, this isn't just about plants and paths.
It's personal.
Deeply personal. She sees restoring the garden as fulfilling a promise, one she made a lifetime ago, connected to World War II.
Ah, okay. So the garden itself is tied to the past. And Blaydes uses dual timelines, you said.
Yep. So while Julie is working in the present day, clearing weeds, trying to figure out the original design,
We flash back.
we flash back to 1940, England during the war, and we learn about Margaret's half-sister, a young woman named Irene.
Okay, what happens to Irene?
Well, she's in love with an RAF officer, James Atherton. She follows him to London, right into the thick of things, the Blitz.
A dangerous time.
Extremely. And during that chaos, under the immense pressure of the war, Irene is forced into making what the book calls an impossible choice.
An impossible choice. And then
She vanishes, just disappears from Margaret's life forever.
Wow. Okay, so the garden.
The garden becomes this incredibly powerful symbol. Its current state, tangled, neglected, choked it perfectly mirrors Margaret's hidden trauma, her unresolved grief about Irene.
The landscape holds the memory. That's classic Blaydes.
Exactly. The physical state of the garden is the emotional state of the past, essentially buried, but still there.
So Julia, the landscape architect, she's not just gardening.
No, she's basically performing emotional archaeology. As she works on the land, often with Margaret's godson, Andrew, she starts uncovering clues, piecing together what actually happened to Irene.
Healing the land to heal the past, or at least understand it.
Precisely. It becomes about excavating the truth behind that impossible choice and Irene's disappearance.
And you see again that theme, right? The individual, Irene, caught in the overwhelming system of the war, forced into a corner.
Yes. Just like the technician against the time travel rules or Haller against the corporate legal shields, here it's Irene and Margaret against the devastating realities of wartime England.
And the garden restoration becomes this moving process of uncovering that legacy, exploring how love, loss, and those wartime choices echo down through generations.
It sounds like a really poignant way to explore how we carry history, sometimes literally in the places around us.
Yeah, how landscapes themselves can bear witness, you could say. A beautiful, thoughtful way to round out our set today.
Absolutely. Three very different stories, but all asking us to think about individual courage and conscience in the face of huge forces.
A really strong trio this week.
Well, thanks for joining us today. And if you want to take a look at any of these books, visit us at essentialbookdrop.com. And you'll have all the links right there. Cass, we'll do it again tomorrow.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
Until then, keep on opening new worlds with great new books. And whatever you do, remember this. When you read,
Your mind becomes its own kingdom.